Hi there, and welcome back to Model Horses, of course. Today we are going to talk about those boxes that are more collectible than the horses inside. Yes, we are model horse collectors, and we also enjoy, or many of us enjoy, the ephemera and the rarity and the graphics and just so many pieces of the model horse hobby. So, there are several horses that you do not want to take out of their boxes because a horse in the box is actually more valuable than out of the box. When Breyer first started making model horses, they shipped them in plain cardboard shipper boxes. Sometimes they would just have the name of the horse on the outside or animal. Sometimes they would have a line drawing. But as time went on through the 40s, 50s, into the 60s, consumers wanted to know and see what they were buying, and just a line drawing on the outside wasn't enough. So Breyer was trying to make a box that you could see what was inside and also protect it during shipping and while it was on the retail shelf. So they came up with a couple of different ideas. One of them was called the showcase box. This family Arab mare is an example of the showcase box. It's very thin, blown plastic. It's very fragile, and not a lot of them survived. It was usually only like 1970 to 72 example. You can see the horse, and she's in beautiful condition, but there's not much holding her in place, just kind of the two indents in the middle. There's a little indent at the top for you to carry them. Along the bottom of the box, there would either be a piece of cardboard or styrofoam, or in this case, just a piece of paper telling you what it was, the number 8, Alabaster Family Arab Mare. And they broke a lot. You can see along the top, there's that little flange, and along the sides, they cracked, they broke, they didn't do well in shipping. This experiment did not last long at all. If you have one of these horses in a box, and if it's in any condition, it's valuable. More valuable than the horse inside for the most part. So if you find one of these, do not open the box. Keep it intact because that box is very fragile and very rare. Then they tried this blister pack. It was actually a variation of another type of box that they made. It was called the, not the showcase, the touchability box. So they tried in the late 60s to do something very similar, but they just strapped the horse to the back of the box. The horses fell out, they got scratched, it wasn't a great solution. So they tried this solution, the blister pack, in the late 1970s-ish, where they took a cardboard box and then blistered the horse to the back. So there's a plastic vacuum pack plastic over the top of him. So you can see the horse, but you can't really damage the horse. You can't really touch the horse, but you can see what you're getting. The outside is actually pretty sturdy, the sides of the box. It's not a bad solution. The problem was people couldn't get the box open to get the horse out. You have to cut, just like nowadays, it's impossible to get into these blister packs. And a lot of times you would damage the horse getting him out of the box. People that bought them didn't like them, damaged everything trying to get them out of the box. So they didn't last for very long, and they are also super rare. Any condition, if you find a horse in one of these boxes or in the touchability version, leave the horse in there. The box is worth far more than the horse because of the fragility and the number of boxes that were damaged when the person bought the horse. And then finally, we have an experiment in the 80s in many different ways. This particular box is a bit of a variation on the plastic where you could see the horse inside and you had kind of a cardboard backing. There are only 2 horses that came in this particular box. It's this horse, the Thule pony, and then the flocked American Saddlebred rocking horse. And you look at it and you go, what on earth did they do? Why is this little tiny horse in this giant box? You can see the box was designed for the rocking horse. He fits in there much better. The actual little punch outs to hold the horse into the box. You can see on the base are for the saddlebred in the rocking horse. And in the 80s, Breyer was experimenting with a bunch of different things, and they decided to partner with Thewels to do these personality ponies. There was 3 of them advertised, Pumpkin, Midge, and Kipper. And they did a huge advertising. They were in a bunch of different magazines and catalogs. And the one that they ended up producing was Kipper, this guy here, and he was seriously not popular. He's actually like a vinyl with that rooted doll hair mane and tail, and did not sell well at all. They made a lot of them, and they went to overstock very quickly. These horses you could find in the overstock section of your favorite model horse purchase, and they didn't sell well. So I guess as an experiment to try and get them to sell better, they stuck them in these big boxes with a big sticker on the back with a cute line drawing to try and get people to buy them. No such luck. So they never actually produced Midge or the other little guy that I just said his name and have totally forgotten. So the actual Kipper, if you find them out of the box, aren't super popular, not very expensive to pick up, but the actual horse in the box, super expensive, super rare. There's not a lot of them. They're, again, that really thin plastic that is very prone to cracking and damage. To find one in a box in good condition is very uncommon. So if you ever find one of these, either the personality ponies or the rocking horse, flocked rocking horse in this box is very valuable. So leave the horse in the box. So these are just a few examples of horses that we would want to leave in their boxes, because that is the collectability factor for them. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and I will come up with some more interesting information for my next video. So join me next time. Thank you very much.